For the next two lessons, we're going to be talking about inventory models. And these will be the last new material, these two lessons that you'll have before the first exam. Again, it's an interesting and an important topic in management. And the basic question that we're going to be answering is how many inventory items does a business need on hand to meet customer demand, given a set of assumptions, in order to minimize the cost of the inventory that's being held. We're going to look at the components of inventory and the costs of inventory, the purchase costs, the ordering costs, and the carrying costs, and we're going to use that information to develop a model, or to see how a model is developed where we actually can determine the optimal order quantity so that we know how much inventory we need to have on hand. We're going to begin with the economic order quantity model, called the EOQ model. Then we're going to look at the production quantity model, the PQM model. Then we're going to look at the case in which the purchase price can be discounted. In other words, the more items that you order, the less those items cost in terms of ordering. And then finally, we're going to look at a few cases where the demand is for these items is variable, which creates a different, as you might imagine, a different challenge. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're also going to begin to talk about our course project. We'll certainly do that in Lesson 9, and then in Lesson 11 we'll talk more about that in greater detail and select our project teams. So that's where we're going for the next two lessons. The textbook is in Chapter 13. You'll want to read for Lesson 9 pages 558 through 565. And then again, for Lesson 9, pages 568 to 579, not terribly much material. We will be following examples through our textbook. And then for Lesson 10, pages 579 to 585. So altogether, about 20 or so pages of reading, not terribly much. Again, a lot of that is our figures, and you'll want to read that, and particularly we're going to follow along with some examples, and of course we'll be using the formulas out of the textbook in our class. I've also posted a couple of videos that you'll want to watch. One of them is very short. The longer video you'll want to watch probably about the first 20 minutes of, and that will get you through Lesson 9. And then the last 20 minutes will get you through the last two lessons. Some of the terminology is slightly different, but you should be able to make that translation pretty quickly and easily. The symbols that we use for the variables are different, but they mean exactly the same thing, and it's a one-to-one relationship for what the symbols stand for. So with that, we will look forward to seeing you on Monday. I hope your weekend is good. And then we'll get going with our understanding of inventory models and inventory analysis.